Here we go with riff one.
I wanted to ask you, when you first knew that you were coming to Mexico to play again, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about playing in Mexico?
Well, for me, the two main things that come to my mind are primarily the people. You know, like the audiences here are incredible, so generous, so kind. We absolutely adore playing here. And secondly, it's my stomach and the really great food I'm going to get to eat while I'm here. That's what I love.
Yeah, same really. So many great memories of playing shows here that I often think about. So yeah, getting to come back and play new shows is always a fun. Yeah. Something I look forward to.
But what is your first memory about playing here in Mexico? Something that you always remember?
Well, the first time we came, I remember quite vividly. What was the name of the theatre? Do you remember?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was an amazing show.
Yeah.
Remember we played every song that we knew at the time.
It was one of our last shows of the year in 2004, and I don't think any of us had been to Mexico before. And we arrived and played the show, and the crowd was just insane. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And one of the best shows of the year.
Yeah.
And it felt so exotic to us, and to be so far from home in a country we'd never visited, and have our music received like that, it was just incredible.
Yeah.
You've seen the Mexico City. You've seen the change here in this city. What is the most recognizable change for you?
I was thinking about this yesterday. I remember when we first came, like every other car was a Volkswagen Beetle.
I was going to say the same thing.
They've all gone. I saw one yesterday.
Yeah, I saw two yesterday, but I missed the taxis. Remember, you used to get the green and white taxis. I used to love that about Mexico City, but I'm sure the air's a lot cleaner though as a result.
But and it only struck me yesterday when I saw one. I was like, hang on a minute, what happened to those? So yeah,
it's also got really fancy. Like Mexico City feels like a super developed, like really very very fancy city. You know, like you walk around some of these areas, like Polanco or Roma or something like that. It feels like Beverly Hills.
Yes, no, exactly. It's exactly. I was talking to my girlfriend back home. I was like, I feel like I'm in LA when I'm in this.
But but then again, it also hasn't changed. You know, like I'd say the heart of Mexico City is still the same. Like it's a very very warm, exciting, vibrant heart, and I love that. Yesterday I spent about 4 hours just walking around the streets, looking at everything because I just enjoy being here so much. Yeah, it's great. I was walking through the park, you know, the park beside the Modern Art Museum and the Museum of Anthropology. There's the big park.
Yeah.
There's a street that's got all the stalls on either side. And
Reforma. You were walking through Reforma, I think.
Yes, yeah. And it was amazing, like kids getting their faces painted and little theatre shows and things. It was amazing.
And it was a Sunday, so it must be Sunday, very crowded.
Yeah, it was. It was very busy.
Now, describe Mexican audience with three words.
And do you know what I'd say? I said the Mexican audience, they know how to be a good audience, you know. And do you know why? It's because they're not afraid of letting go. Yeah. You know, if you're excited, you go for it. Because that's what we try to be as a band. You know, if you feel it, feel it. And that's what I feel the Mexican audience is.
Yeah, so 3 words.
Well, 3 words.
Loud.
Loud, big-hearted.
Yes. Generous. You know,
yeah,
very generous audience.
Yeah.
Big-hearted.
Big-hearted is one word. It's a compound word now. Loud, big-hearted, and generous.
Thank you for the compliments. You're about to release your new album, The Human Fear, and what is the thing that you are most excited about this new album?
I mean, it's always just keep waiting for other people to hear it. That's what I'm most excited about. And then getting to go out and play the songs live after people have heard them. So it's always a different vibe when we've been playing new songs, but songs that no one's heard yet. It's a different vibe when people have heard the record and then you go out and play them and there's recognition.
Although having said that, like the songs have been going down really well. I feel this is, it's got some really special songs on it, this record, and I can't wait for people to hear it. It feels like, you know, before Christmas when you've wrapped up your presents and they're under the tree and you just go, oh, come on, like, can't wait for you to open it. Yeah, that's how it feels for me.
This new album is all about remembering that fear keeps you alive and remembering that fear it's what makes us feel alive. you know. So what are the things that you are most frightened of?
I don't think it's a case of being frightened of things. For me, like the album is about some of the fears that you come across in your life are actually positive fears. You know, like asking somebody out on a date. You don't have to overcome a fear to do that, but it feels really good. Or even for us walking on stage, you know, you can imagine the nerves and the fear you have to overcome to do that. But things I'm frightened of, sharks. That's a bad kind of fear. They bite your legs off and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. Hate snakes.
Yeah, me neither. I stood on a snake when I was about 6 years old in Greece, and it scared the substance out of me.
In fact, reptile houses, snakes, reptiles.
Yeah.
Reptile houses at zoos, I can't go in them. I can't do it.
Actually, I like some of the other ones.
No.
I like the bad looking, the ones where the eyes go in front of directions. Get rid of them. All the conservationists in the world grow up.
Do you think that if someone puts audacious on, you can go and see snakes and feel more audacious about?
I think it would be a good way to psych myself up.
Yeah.
You know, like if I had to like have an encounter with a snake, I would sing that song with the most gusto I possibly could. I kind of go, "Hello, Mr. Snake. You're scary, but I'm cool with that."
And it's like a celebration, you know, a celebration of throwing away your fears and the things.
It's actually good to overcome these fears because, like Bob, I do have a fear of snakes, and I used to work for this woman who had a huge python. It used to be in this tiny flat in Glasgow, and she had this massive python, like fucking 7 foot long or something like that, and she made me touch it. And, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. But it was actually quite good to touch it because its skin doesn't feel like how you'd imagine. It's actually quite smooth and it feels really cool. And it was good to overcome the fear. You know, I felt good for having done it. We're just getting our stage set built here. Don't mind the band.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
If you had the chance, well, now you have the chance to describe the human fear with a color, what color would you choose?
I would say, I've got it. I'd say the color of the album itself, the artwork sums it up very well. That kind of like slightly sepia dark black with the off cream white and this tiny detail of orange. I don't know. It just represents, because, you know, we put so much time into making our artwork because we really feel we want to put something out there that's going to represent what we choose. And I always feel the color schemes of the albums do represent what it is we're making. So if you want to know the color scheme of the album, just look at the cover.
That's a fun way to do it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Do you know any words in Spanish?
Sí.
What is your favorite word in Spanish? Each one.
Huitlacoche.
Wow, that's a hard one.
Spanish is terrible. So I could say like thank you and, you know, gracias, and I say that a lot to try and mask the fact that I don't know any Spanish.
This is a tricky one. Do you know what Chilango means?
What is that? I do. I haven't done that word.
Is it something to do with food?
No, but you can guess. Chilango.
I would say, I'm going to guess.
Okay.
I'm going to break it down to its constituent parts. So chill, obviously relax, and go. Just relax, then go.
Is that what it is?
No, it's the name of the people here in Mexico City.
I did hear that last night.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect.
We are Chilangos.
Perfect. Chill out.
So what?
Chill out, relax, and go to Mexico City and hang out with the people there.
So is that like is the region known as Chilangos?
No.
It's the people themselves. It's like you say Geordies are from the northeast of England, or Cockneys are from London.
It's not very known, the way that, I don't know, that this word came from. We don't even know.
It's probably a very old word.
Maybe. And this one was it was not a good word because Chilangos were the people that came to Mexico City to live. They were like the people from the other states
Yes,
here in
yeah,
Mexico.
yeah.
And it was like not a good word to name them, but suddenly...
But then it becomes a good word.
It becomes a good word, and this Radio Chilango
So I think everywhere has names like that. So like in Glasgow, where we're from, a lot of people came from the Highlands, and the Glaswegians used to call them tuchters. So I think it's the same sort of word, but that's still a bad word in Scotland. You wouldn't want to call somebody a tuchter. They wouldn't like that, would they?
No, I don't think so.
And they don't appropriate it.
No. Maybe they will. Maybe they will.
Yeah, maybe that's on the cards. You know.
But they call people from Glasgow Sassenachs. So there's a competition there, you know.
That's the denonym for Glasgow people, like...
No, it's Sassenach. It's somebody from the Highlands. They would consider anybody from south of the Highlands a Sassenach. So that's everybody from about Stirling down to the South Pole.
Okay. I don't know much about geography there in Glasgow, but we know that you, Alex, worked with Los Bichos.
Oh, yes. They played on Saturday night.
yeah.
When we were playing. It was so frustrating. I really
Yeah, we had the opportunity to see them.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, a lot.
great.
They are very, very fun on stage.
Yeah.
And they are very, very talented. But I wanted to ask you, how do you choose to work with these bands?
Between albums and when I'm not doing Franz Ferdinand stuff, I do like to work with bands. And my primary rule is, do I like the music? Is it exciting? And do I like the people? That's pretty much it. Like am I going to have a good time making a record with these people? And it's the same reason why I work with Franz Ferdinand. I like the music and I like the people. And I can't think of a better reason to do any project in life generally.
Do you, as a band, consider that you have, like a responsibility to cooperate and to push the careers of new bands out there?
Generally, I think the responsibility of a band is to be as irresponsible as possible. But having said that, I do think it's nice to just give a shout out to music that you appreciate and you think, oh yeah, no, they're doing something good. I'm going to tell people about it. And I think we all do that, don't we? We'll give mentions to
exactly, and we are very involved in bands that we choose to support us and that kind of thing. And so it's nice to be able to give people.
Can we tell you about another band?
Yeah, of course.
You guys would love them. It's a band from Glasgow. It's three girls called Brenda. And they opened up for us on our little tour that we did around Scotland there. It's like a synth pop band. Amazing. Like so cool, great songs. And at the moment they're tiny in Glasgow, but when you hear them, the songs are huge, like really, really great. So Brenda, Brenda. They're great.
Okay. We are taking notes. I'm taking notes because I'm the music.
Get them over.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm the music programmer here, so I can have this things on my hands and
imagine Brenda being played on the radio. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I will try. Quick quiz. An album that you always return to because it feels like home for you.
So many.
All Things Must Pass by George Harrison's probably one.
Yeah. Songs of Love and Hate by Leonard Cohen.
Oh yes, I love that record.
Sometimes I forget to listen to it, and then it might be a year or so, and I put it on.
I know one for both of us in the airplane over the sea.
Yeah. I mean, I find that sometimes there are certain bands and albums that I listen to so much at some points in my life, like the Beatles, for example, when I was a teenager, that they're like a part of my body, and I don't really need. Sometimes I feel like I don't need to listen to them because it's just in there, and then occasionally I will put them on, and I'm like, oh yeah. It's amazing. I
was going to say the Beatles as well. I've definitely got that. Like the Red album, have the compilations that came out when they split up the red one and the blue one.
Yeah, I prefer the blue.
I know the red one's obviously the best one because they were. Yeah. It's the music from when they were still cool, and I just love it.
What were you listening to while you were working on The Human Fear?
Dino and I would drive to the studio together, and we were listening to quite a lot in the car, listening to a band called Rotations, which is a band from Glasgow that have been going for like over 20 years now.
Get them on your show as well. They're brilliant.
We actually were the Rotations very briefly.
Yes, our second ever gig. We were the Rotations backing.
Yeah, and it's just absolutely amazing. It's kind of like Tom Waitsy, kind of Velvet Undergroundy. Just
Captain Beefheart.
Yeah, it's just really, really amazing.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Also taking notes.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song of this album, or the one we have to look forward to listen when the album will be released?
Yeah, I mean, I change my mind all the time, but it's a song called Everyday Dreamer, which I really love, which I'm looking forward to people hearing. That's my today's answer.
I think my favourite song is a song called Black Eyelashes. It's quite different from any sound that we've made before as a band. And it's my mum's favourite song, so that makes it my favourite song.
Mom's always right.
Yeah. You always defer to mum, yeah.
Yeah. The lineup of the festival of your dreams.
Can they be dead people as well?
Yeah, it can be dead or bands that are no longer together.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, the Beatles headlining.
Magnetic Fields, maybe, Neutral Hotel.
Monochrome Set.
Built to Spill.
Yeah.
I get Leonard Cohen back.
Oh, what do you call them? Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
But like Black Sabbath from about 1972.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Who else? Portishead.
Oh yeah, Pulp. I'd like to see.
Yeah.
They're a great festival band. Maybe some. I'd like to hear some like really hard techno from about 1989, 1990, like something like Alternate or maybe something jokey like Too Unlimited or KLF or something like that as well. That'd be kind of fun. KLF, that'd be amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last but not least, anything you want to say to your fans here in Mexico?
Just gracias, muchas gracias. Thank you for being so cool, making us always feel welcome, and just being who you are. We love you guys. Hi, I'm Alex.
I'm Bob.
We're from Franz Ferdinand. We're here just hanging out on Radio Chilango.